got this done last night. I stayed up till like midnight almost, and some of the intercooler pipes didn't line up like it should. I had to modify a little bit. They gave us like wrong couplers and stuff like that, which is kind of expected, and that's why we have a lot extra just ready to go on. So came out pretty nice. Welded this bunk here. The customer provided was for the mild steel, so can't really use it for these type of aluminum pipes. So got this welded up together, and this is the HKS knockoff, so wasn't really sitting flush like it should. So I had little issues with it, but I got it to kind of sit nice right now. Holds boost no problem. Just did the pulls this morning. So yeah, I just trimmed off the front up a little bit. If you take this part out, there's like some stuff actually just kind of sticking out. So I just shave it down a little bit. Let the customer know that this is not going to match the factory, because obviously we're going to have to sand it down a little bit. So it's nice and shaved, and it shows the intercooler a little bit. And everything looks pretty nice. So pretty happy with the install. Wish I had a little bit better fitting parts, but other than that, came out nice. The flange I have is actually like a little awkward angle, so I just couldn't put it in here with the HKS because it's gonna hit the fuse box. So that's it doesn't touch the hose or anything, and it's a pretty nice location. You got that launch control through the two-step? Yeah. Put it there, and then you heard that little popcorn stuff? Yeah. It gets actually louder as you drive a little bit more. Okay. It's still a learning process. So the trick is, I always forget to turn this on. This is trash, but it runs and drives, at least, unlike some of the cars I have here. And one of them being this one. So yeah, just cleaned up the shop, ready to go home actually. So I'll just tell you what I did today. She saved one of the fuel cells from the junk car. It's just been sitting outside. So it's probably, like we wrapped it around and everything, but moisture and all this stuff it's probably got into it. So I'm gonna turn on the fuel pump and drain all the fuel out when I actually get all the wirings ran and harnesses. But it was bitch to put it back on. I had to be creative. I've done that before. Just put a chain hooked up here and then left it up and put it on the transmission jack. Brought it up here. It happened to be one of the thread. They just chopped it off. Whoever worked on this car, I'm sure this car has been through a lot of stuff too. You know, like little things like it's banged up and it probably came off the course, but whoever worked on it just literally just drill everything through or make holes. So it's just it's hard to like revert it back. This transmission tunnel has been banged up, probably had like a T56 or G4 transmission, and so is like all the studs. They just chopped it off. It's in the way, just chopped it off. So I had to re-weld this guy here so I could put the nut back on. The factory fuel cell fuel tank, whatever you want to call, is only held by these two nuts, 14mm two nuts. Put the differential back on, and I was able to confirm the dual bracket I had before and I had issues with. The FTF app sent me the washers. Let me see. Just saving all the parts I need in this table. So it's aluminum washers. I gave him all the diameter and he machined it and sent it back to me. Because while it was happening was that since this bracket is about this thickness, it was pulling the axle out, so it was jamming up. So what he came up with is basically put a washer in between and let this actually loosen a little bit. So it works great. It turns. Woo! I don't want to touch it, but it used to be just locked up. Couldn't even move it around. So that's a little sketchy up there. I'm gonna take that off. I don't want to get my hands dirty. It was really messy up here, but I just cleaned it up. And you notice the transmission is back in. Just put the new competition stage 4 back in there. So fuel cell's back in there, and this is the inlet for the fuel cell. If you see it, that's the hose that actually gets connected to up here or something, and then has like a line up here supposed to be connected to your fuel door, but which has nothing in it, just zip tied. And more tire debris, all zip tied together so it doesn't open up. So I'm gonna make this to work because I'm trying to use all the factory stuff again. I'm trying to revert. Again, I'm just trying to revert a bunch of stuff so it's easier and efficient in a way. It's nice to have full race car, but you know that's not what I'm going for, at least for now. So got the transmission back in and the shifter linkage. As you can see, I have a big wide opening right there. So I'm gonna level it and just put a I have to fabricate some plates around so it could just seal and also have a good support for the hydraulic e-brake. So that's where I stand. So didn't have much time today because I was working on the orders pretty much half a day, and then started up like 3 o'clock after I dropped off all the packages. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep pumping out some videos, whether you like it or not, or people watch or not. I could actually record it for my reference. So this is what she looks like right now. And hopefully in a few days I could get it to run. Right now, really what I'm missing is the fuel lines, because this factory fuel lines are actually all taken off. And I got the brake lines, because right now the brake lines are, so none of the brake lines are actually existed. None of the brake lines are actually connected. So even if I get this car to run, I won't be able to stop. So I gotta figure something out using the factory reservoir. So that's gonna be a challenge because it only has 2 ports. So I have to kind of splice, because what it does is those 2 lines come into the ABS and spool, and then actually spread all the way to the rear and the front of the car, which we don't have right now. That's gonna be a challenge, but all the vibrant stuff and the lines are actually on top of the roof, and I just can't have the car that's just stuck on the lift for too long, because I was pushing this car in and out by myself, and now it's to the point it's just too heavy. My neighbors are so nice, they were helping me whenever I text them and stuff. So I was able to put the car back in here, but it's been a pain. But yeah, that's where we stand. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.